On Capitol Hill today,
Correct the systemic slowdown of mail delivery during a pandemic within months of a national election.
Pressed DeJoy, who is a major GOP donor and close Trump ally, about his relationship with the president.
My first question is,
do your mail delays fit Trump's campaign goal of hurting the post office, as stated in his tweets?
I'm not here to represent the Postal Service.
Is it still the policy and goal of the USPS to deliver every piece every day, or have you eliminated or changed that in any way?
First of all, that we were not doing that.
This is certainly no way to repay the 600,000 dedicated and brave employees who risk their lives every day to deliver essential mail. While some of our colleagues might use this hearing to continue to gaslight and mislead our constituents, I am here to get to the truth. The American people.
Mr. DeJoy, the culture and ethos of the U.S. Postal Service is every piece every day. I've been in briefings with Florida's local Postal Service employees who are telling me that since your arrival, this is no longer the mission of the USPS. Overtime to finish delivering mail is not allowed, and piles upon piles of backlogged mail are being left undelivered. Sorting machines are being sold for scrap or unplugged and roped off. How difficult would it be to reconnect machines that haven't already been destroyed? For example, on display, if we can bring that up on the screen, I was sent a photo from a processing and distribution center in Florida where the power cord is hanging from the ceiling and not plugged in. Your culture of misinformation has even trickled down to Florida postal leadership, whether they need a sorting machine. And will you give them the freedom to plug the machines back in and bring machines that haven't been taken apart back online in order to make sure we can get the mail out on time, which you acknowledge has gotten worse since your arrival?
Should answer a question.
That was a long list of accusations.
No, I just want a simple answer to the question about whether you will give...
Well, it's my time now? Is it my time?
No, it's always my time. And I'd like an answer to the question. But those things are decided locally.
Will
you let them decide that locally?
The gentlewoman's time is expired.
Yes or no? Will you let them decide that locally?
No.
Okay.
Congressman Higgins, you are now
recognized. You have not told us the truth in this hearing, and it is your fault that the mail has delayed.
Her time is expired.
Your fault.
Her time
on
is
you,
expired.
and you've acknowledged that.
Now, a few days ago before the Senate, you said the delays in delivery are attributable to, quote, unquote, employee availability in many, many parts of the country. So isn't it true that pursuing a hiring freeze and early retirement when your workforce is already stretched thin would exacerbate delays in the mail? Yes or no?
Pursuing a hiring freeze has to did not have anything to do with the craft.
Yes or no? Your workforce is already thin.
No. A hiring freeze did not have anything to do with the craft.
Yes or no? Your workforce is already thin.
No.
You were not transparent. We had to get it from news reports.
They're getting documents from whistleblowers, but not DeJoy himself.
Louis DeJoy testified and defended the Postal Service's ability to deliver mail-in ballots in the general election.
Am I the only one in this room that understands that we have a $10 billion a year loss?
Louis DeJoy testified and defended the Postal Service's ability to deliver mail-in ballots in the general election.
Am I the only one in this room that understands that we have a $10 billion a year loss?
Defended the Postal Service's ability to deliver mail.
Am I the only one in this? We have a $10 billion a year loss.
Well, it's gotten, reclaiming my time, it has clearly gotten worse since your arrival. We have piles upon piles of mail that, as a result of the changes that you've made, appear to have delayed the mail even further than supposedly they were delayed previously. Yes or no?
Yes or no answer.
Yes or no, have any plant managers across the country in the USPS requested mail sorting machines be reconnected?
How would I know that?
You're in charge. You don't know whether there are plant managers that have requested?
How would I know that? Right, am I the only one in this room
will you give this committee your communications with Mark Meadows, with Treasury Secretary Mnuchin, with the President?
Well, let me just assure you that there are plant managers. That was reported in the press. I want to take this opportunity to enter into the record, Madam Chair, an August 18, 2020 email from USPS Director of Maintenance Operations Kevin Couch. Madam Chair. The email. Madam Chair.
Oh, Madam Chair, you gon' have to go. There is not even any windows in here.
The email reads, please message out to your respective maintenance managers tonight. They are not to reconnect, reinstall machines that have been previously been disconnected without approval from headquarters maintenance, no matter what direction they are getting from their plant manager. Line. Your culture of misinformation has even trickled down to Florida postal leadership. On August 14th, my office asked whether sorting machines were being removed at the Royal Palm facility, which covers all of South Florida, and were assured the capacity was actually being expanded. But it was only after I spoke with local postal workers that I was told about the FSS machine in Royal Palm, which had been shut down and roped off. Press outlets finally revealed the internal plan to remove more than 600+ sorting machines.
What machines?
The chair, add time back and direct a witness not to interrupt me.
Madam Chair.
The time is mine. Mr. DeJoy, you are not being honest with the committee about removing the sorting machines. We have been asking you for details for weeks, and you have been hiding them from us while removing them at a breakneck pace. On August 4th, your staff gave this committee a briefing on this issue, and all they told us was that you'd be moving machines around to where they were needed most. We have the slides from that briefing. There was no mention of taking any sorting machines offline. On August 11th, your general counsel responded to our requests for more information with no mention of taking any sorting machines off. So you've indicated that it's local leadership. In this hearing, I heard you say it's not your job to decide whether sorting machines are brought online or not. Someone needs to mute, Madam Chair. Madam Chair,
Please mute people that are listening. Please mute.
I need probably about additional 30 seconds from the interruptions added back onto my time, please. I'd like an answer to the question whether or not you will leave it. Okay. You have said in this hearing it's both not your job to make decisions about sorting machines, and at the same time, you've said that you're not going to bring them back online because they're not needed. It can't be both.
The management team that is responsible for making decisions as to what we have a management team that is responsible for making decisions as to the management team that is responsible for making decisions.
Okay, reclaiming my time. You're not being honest with this committee.
Do you know if these numbers are the most accurate and up to date?
83 of.
And so to be clear, does this mean that you are collecting in real time formal data on your workforce?
We have a task force that has complete visibility of everything. I'm the only one in this room that has looked at the OIG reports that have stacked up. Will you give this committee your communications with Mark Meadows, with Treasury Secretary Mnuchin, with the President?
The USPS would never be the same. Mr. DeJoy, will you commit to providing this committee with the data that you say you're already formally collecting? Can you commit to that, to providing this committee with data by Friday?
I will look into our ability to provide that to the Congress, and if it's available, we'll certainly do it. We'll look into our ability to provide that to the Congress and have a task force that has complete visibility of everything. If it's available, we'll certainly do it.
It would certainly be in keeping with the oath that you took and what you've offered here. So I look forward to receiving that by Friday.
So many of these senators in competitive races aren't being given or aren't requesting speaking roles with him, and so it's possible that when this list was being drawn up, that the president himself or those in his inner circle didn't want some of these senators to speak at
Really complicated calculus for some
candidate to get more publicity, get more attention, particularly in a year where they can't do the kind of traditional campaigning that they're used to. Think of
Mr. Duncan, were you aware when you selected? Where is Mr. Duncan?
It's not here.
interesting.
Okay, here you go. Were you aware when you selected Mr. DeJoy that his company, New Breed Logistics, was determined by the National Labor Relations Board to have acted with anti-union animus Yes or no?
No.
Were you aware that 4 women working for New Breed suffered miscarriages because the company refused to accommodate their requests for light duty? Yes or no?
No.
Were you aware that the Equal Opportunity Commission won a $1.5 million lawsuit against New Breed for sexual harassment and retaliation? Yes or no?
No.
Did you make any attempt to investigate these labor and employment practices before making him the head of one of the largest and most diverse federal workforces? If not, why not?
Yes, we had various background checks. Russell Reynolds hired a D.C. firm to do an additional background check on him.
Well, I question the integrity of that background check if you don't have answers to these questions.
What machines?
And Mr. DeJoy, the hardworking people of the United States Postal Service deserve a better leader. In my opinion, the only thing you should be delivering is your resignation.
Okay. Congress.
M2 News Tuff. Stay curious. Know enough.